Hi guys, welcome back. Dan here from Design Mountain, bringing you all things design. This week we're going to take a look at reverse engineering. Reverse engineering sounds a bit technical, a bit scary, but all it is we're going to take some products apart and have a look at how they're made. Let's jump in and take a look. So today we are going to take a look at these two products. You can see here they are they're child's toys. They're simple products, and although they're simple, there's certainly going to be some principles that we can pick up from the moulding and the process. Also, disclaimer: if you're using parts at home, make sure you're using something that you don't mind if it gets broke, because I've broken some stuff before. So let's take a look. So a couple of screws on this one. So this first one is a simple 3-piece injection molded part, and you can learn so much from taking products apart and finding out how they work, how they're made, and then you can adopt those principles or things that you've learned into your future designs. So something nice straight away that I've picked up on here. You can see that it's not on that part, but this part, the end, the head, is encapsulated between the boss, so that's quite nice. And there's a interference fit between the outer diameter of the boss there and the ribs, so that's really nice. They're just using, that's a nice assembly feature. So what can we pick up from these parts? So injection moulding, these are basic parts, there's no undercuts. So we can see on here that's the split line on the part, and that means that the tooling direction, concavity, is this direction. So that's how it's moulded, and you've got the feed point that you can see here. So that's where the molten plastic material is injected into the mould. Other than that, it's relatively simple. It's worth noting on the feed point here, you might be thinking, well, why isn't that, why is that not trimmed down? Why is that not got a surface finish? The answer is it doesn't matter on this particular part. It's quite nice because it's encapsulated here. So when it's all assembled, you're not going to see that. So that's a nice little bit of design there. You can see, I don't know if you guys can see in here, there's some ejector marks where it's pushed off the mould when it's moulded. Again, it's in there, so you can't really see it. So the outer aesthetics of the part are okay. The split line's a little bit hit and miss, but it's a child's toy at the end of the day. You're not going to get too bogged down into it. So what can we learn from these two parts? There's some nice locator pips that work really well. So that's female there and male here. That works well to locate the part. We've got the screw bosses here with some ribs, and it's worth noting that the ribs, I can't remember off the top of my head, but typically I'd say the rib thickness there would be 1 to 2/3 of the wall thickness of the main part, and that's to make sure that there's no sink on the external faces, which they've done a good job of here. There's not any surface imperfections. You get sink when you've got thick sections of material on the part, and it could lead to sort of like dimples and surface imperfection. I think there's some examples on the next part, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. And something else quite nice, they've got male, female also on the screw bosses. So this outer diameter here fits in this diameter here. So when they go together, fits nicely together. And something common with injection mould parts, these the screw where the screws go in, they're recessed in, so the screws don't stick out. So that's pretty much it. The feed points are, you can see the feed point there and there, and that's pretty much it for a simple part. But as I said previously, although it's a simple part, there's quite a lot of nice detail there that we can pick up and learn from. So that's a good starting point. The next one is Jacob's fish. He's not going to be too happy because I got it, but doesn't know about it at the moment. So it's quite cool. There's some sort of mechanism in there. So let's take this one apart and have a look. This is again being injection moulded. Straight away, this is used in the bath, and the screws are rusty, so that would suggest that they're using an inferior grade steel on the screws. Right, hopefully I don't break this, because Jay won't be happy. But so yeah, so we got the this is a 3-piece, 4-piece moulded with a mechanism. So the tail has come off, has come out. The paint is coming off on my hands, which isn't great, but is what it is. So what can we learn from this one? Bosses, similar detail to the other ones, although it's worth noting on here, you might be able to see it in the light. There's some examples of sink, particularly around the back here. This is where the bosses, particularly these ones at the back, I think this is where these bosses are coming in at a sharp angle on the part. Is where it causes thick material section in the part, and it basically makes it sink and looks ugly. So not the best. Not being overcritical, I'm just saying as it is. So something they could improve on there. This rib here is massive. Not very stable. Not got any ribs. Maybe look to improve that. They got the same location pit detail on the other part, so that clearly, that works quite well if they're using it, if it's been used on multiple products. Feed point there. It's been partially trimmed back. Feed point there. Similarly, the bosses have location features as well, male and female. Let's take a quick look at the mechanism. So we've got, if I hold it like that, we've got a moulded twist knob at the end here, and then what it does, try and do it slowly. So basically got a coiled spring that provides the tension, that drives the gear, that turns the gear, so the gears are stepping it down to turn the shaft, to turn this cam at the end, that then, when it's in there, moves the tail from left to right. So that's quite cool. That's nice. I like that. Okay, that's it for this week, guys. I hope you found it helpful. Let me know, do you reverse engineer? What products are you going to pick to have a look at? Let me know. Thanks for watching, and see you next week.